Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for logging on to CBSDenver.com and CBSN Denver. Time for a few more minutes with our Xfinity Monday live guest, Ryan Harris, joining us tonight. Ryan, we started our show this evening by talking about what was an emotional, difficult at times last week in the sports world. And of course, the athletes pausing games and using their power to pause games, whether it was in the National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball, NHL as well, to help raise awareness of social justice issues. So I want to ask you this, Ryan, what do you hope will be the next step in terms of what happens next and where we go as a country and what these athletes can use their platform to do in terms of tangible change is kind of one of the buzzwords that we hear a lot.
Well, the big thing is to keep the messaging and conversations consistent. And that's already proven to be vastly different than we've ever seen. Here in Colorado, in just 3 weeks, they passed massive legislation really taking a look at how we police our communities. The NBA players, in returning to play, had every owner, the Pepsi Center and others, are going to be open for voting and polling. I mean, that is massive. But just even you and Channel 4 being able to continue the conversation with when concrete change and on a massive scale has not happened, this continues to show that there's an issue in our community, not the Black community, not the Latino community, our community. And if we can continue to have these conversations, we can see each other as human beings, invite each other to dinner, and teach each other's children how to treat us with respect.
Ryan, you're a former athlete. These issues are difficult to talk about. So what is your message to anyone? I mean, whether it be a current athlete, whether it be somebody who's just a fan of the games, what is your message to people as we try to navigate these difficult conversations as a country?
One, you'll live through every difficult conversation. I mean, Michael, you and I have had it, and you're still healthy. You're still fine. You know that you've made it through every difficult conversation, and you actually gain respect. I had one CEO reach out to me and said, Ryan, how do I have this conversation with my Black employees? We've never had it before. I'm like, they know. Just go ahead and have that conversation. So, that's something that everyone can do, and in that regard, we can create massive change.
Hey, it's kind of hard to believe from a sports perspective that we're now 2 weeks away from the Broncos kicking off the season at Mile High against the Tennessee Titans. What are your thoughts on this Bronco team as they enter 2020?
Well, it's going to be a huge game, full of emotion, especially when you consider Jurrell Casey. But just like we've been talking about as well, I mean, in locker rooms in the NFL and sports, sports-wide, you have tough conversations. You find weaknesses in your team, and you come together as a team to become a strength. And so we'll see if the Broncos can put all that new offensive weaponry to work and make them produce more than 17 points in that Monday night opener. But look out for Jurrell Casey. He's already been a beast in training camp. He's going against a team that in his mind showed him no respect. And even though he's a USC guy, I believe he will be a game wrecker for your Broncos on game one.
Hey, Ryan, a lot of what I hear about from offensive linemen is that they're not loved enough. They're underappreciated. I'm looking at two game balls. It looks like a win over Navy and a win over Michigan State. What did the offensive lineman Ryan Harris do to get the game balls in those victories?
In the Michigan game at Notre Dame, my senior year, we were down 21 points in the fourth quarter and came back to win it. It was unbelievable. And then this one right here, that's the Super Bowl 50 ball. One of 50 given, and then that one's the team Super Bowl 50 ball. Hey, listen, I keep trying to tell people I've been taking lunch money since, I was in high school, Michael, but somehow I survived the NFL for 10 years and won a Super Bowl. So I just, like to put it in the Zoom background.
Love it, man. I love it. Hey, Ryan, you were a great guest as always, man. Enjoyed chatting with you and looking forward to hearing you on the call. And I know we're going to be talking during Broncos season as well, so appreciate you joining us as always.
Great to see you, Michael. Thanks.
All right, that's Ryan Harris. That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for logging on to CBSDenver.com and CBSN Denver.